Historic coin press number 1 was originally built back in 1869. When it started production in 1870, it could do 100 silver dollars in a minute. And then eventually, when the mint closed here, and the last time coins were minted was 1893, and then officially the mint closed in 1899, the press was shipped back to Philadelphia, and then in Philadelphia it was converted to electricity. As time went on, they actually went to a process where they could, if I bring this around, this bin, they would actually take big sacks or bags full of blanks or planchettes and dump them in there, and so they could then watch maybe 2, 3, 4 machines. So they did away with the individual one, and I think it also did away with, at least in that era, women working the presses individually. Now it stayed in Philadelphia until after the war in 1945, and then it was shipped to San Francisco. While it was in San Francisco in the 1950s, they started to modernize a number of the coining presses there. And they were getting ready to scrap it, and some local individual there in California notified our board of directors about the fact that this unique piece of Nevada history and from this mint, Carson City, was available. And if we didn't hurry, we'd lose it. And so we contacted the mint. They wouldn't donate it, but they did sell it to us for an incredible $225. So it arrived back here in 1959. It was totally stripped down. They didn't want us to operate it and look down upon that. They didn't want any production coming out of the press. And then, interesting enough, it was on static display just for a couple of years, and then in the early 1960s, during the Kennedy administration, there was a national coin shortage. At that time, the mint director was a native Nevadan. Her name was Eva Adams. And she knew about this unique press, and since they were in desperate need to get caught up with production, she contacted our board of directors and asked if they could borrow it and put it back into service. So we did that. We agreed, and the mint came and shipped it off to Denver, remodernized it, got into production. In 4 years, it did an incredible number of 118 million coins. For example, 60 million pennies. And that's what makes this machine so unique. It's done everything from a penny to a $20 gold piece in its history. All the different coinage that you can imagine during that period of its existence from 1870 all the way up until the 1960s. Well, they returned the press to us, and it arrived back here in 1975. We put it back on static display. They stripped it down, and it's wonderful when we operate it today as an educational, a demonstration. It's amazing how the reaction of people, particularly kids, they always go, wow, and neat. So it's an exciting piece of our history in the state of Nevada, but nationally, I contend it's the most significant and most unique coin press that's still in existence in the United States.